Welcome into another edition of the Rocky Top Rundown, your one-stop shop for all things Tennessee athletics. I'm Andrew Waters.
And I'm Reed Smith.
The Tennessee women's soccer team opened up the NCAA tournament with a first-round match against Xavier on Friday. The Vols look to make another deep run following their quarterfinals appearance last season. Let's roll the tape. Xavier ties it here after a Jada Thomas goal with a goal of their own from Ella Rogers. And here we go, lots of hugs. First goal of the match. Here's another look. Just sneaks it by the keeper. Great goal. It would stay 1-1 until overtime, where Xavier would take the lead with this great shot from Chloe Netzel to take the lead 2-1. Tennessee looks in May, and the Musketeers celebrate as Netzel just is able to loft it over the goalkeeper. And here in the second OT period, we have some great ball movement from Xavier and a great shot off the bar, off the keeper, and into the goal. What a shot. And we may have thought Xavier would be content just to run out the clock, but Xavier would score just one more time, ending with a final score of 4-1. With the loss to Xavier, Tennessee's soccer season has come to an end. Obviously not the desired outcome, but still a great season by the Vols.
The number 11 ranked Vols visited Nashville on Sunday to take on the University of Colorado as they look to start the season 2-0. Let's roll the highlights. We start off early with a deep three from Santiago Vescovi, and he's fouled to have the Vols take the early lead. Vols keep the momentum here with Zakai Ziegler finding Josiah Jordan-James to put the Vols up 6. Here comes Colorado on a fast break, and it's blocked. And Tennessee comes back down, and you see some nice ball movement here. Key to Vescovi to Ziegler. He drives in, finds Key in the corner, and he hits the 3. Colorado would fight back here. Here comes Julian Hannon to shoot it in the paint with a floater here. Coming down at the end of the court, here's a big buzzer beater by KJ Thompson to bring the lead to 2 going into the second half. Colorado comes out hot. Here's another 3. And then here's Santiago Vescovi breaking some ankles. He finds Josiah Jordan-James, and he hits the 3, and the Vols will not go away. Here's Zakai Ziegler throwing up a little jump shot here in the paint, and he hits it. Here's Ziegler and Key on the fast break with some nice passing. Key back to Ziegler and a nice layup to bring the score close. But then here's a move by the big man, and he gets it past Olivier Kumwa with a nice finish. Here's Josiah Jordan-James with another 3, and the Vols still won't go away. Here's Key trying to get the Vols back in it, and he hits it here. And here's Zakai with the Vols' final points of the game, and he hits it. The Vols were upset in Nashville by 12 to Colorado, as the Vols just couldn't keep up with the scoring. The Vols will look to bounce back Wednesday, November 16th against Florida Gulf Coast in Thompson Bowling Arena at 7 o'clock. The game can be watched on SEC Network+.
After suffering their first loss of the season to SEC East foe Georgia last weekend, the Tennessee football team looked to get back on track against Missouri and show the playoff committee why they still deserve one of those top 4 spots. Let's get to the highlights. Here on the first play from scrimmage, we see Hooker find tight end Jacob Warren for a huge first down, get the momentum going early for the Vols. On that same drive, we've seen it plenty of times this season. It's Hooker, it's Houdini. He takes off, scrambles, and picks up another first down. What a great run there. After the teams traded scores, Hooker drops back, and he finds his man Jalen Hyatt down inside the 5. Great throw, great catch. Sets up this Jalen Wright touchdown to take the lead 14-7. And here Hooker drops back again, and he finds the senior, the utility man, Princeton Fant, to give the Vols a 2-touchdown lead in the second quarter. The Tigers weren't content going into the half, though, as Brady Cook would scamper here all the way down to the Tennessee 20, setting up a crucial score before the half. And to open the second half, here's Cook again, and he finds his receiver Dominic Lovett on this 38-yard touchdown to cut Tennessee's lead to 4 points. And another familiar sight for Vols fans, it's Jalen Hyatt running down the field, nobody around him, walks into the end zone. Huge score for the Vols here. What a season he's having. And it's the freshman Dylan Sampson getting in on the action as he picks up a chunk of his career-high 98 yards on the day with this huge run. And here's Sampson again, who was effortlessly efficient on the day, averaging over 12 yards per carry against the Tigers. And here's Joe Milton getting in on the action in quarterback, showing off that cannon for an arm and finding his receiver Squirrel White on the 1-yard line. Using a dominant second half to propel them, the Vols took care of business against the Tigers on Senior Day, winning 66-24. This week, they traveled to Columbia to take on the South Carolina Gamecocks.
After a tough loss to Colorado on Sunday, Tennessee's basketball coach Rick Barnes and guard Josiah Jordan-James talk about what went wrong during the game in the post-game press conference. Here's Bryson Wright from Nashville with more.
I'm here in Bridgestone Arena where the Tennessee Volunteers just dropped their first game of the season to the unranked Colorado Buffaloes. Really poor shooting performance for Tennessee overall, and they just couldn't get enough stops down the stretch. I'm about to go to post-game press conference and tell you guys everything you need to know from the Tennessee post-game here in Nashville.
Defensively, in the second half, we didn't guard them, but the way we started the game, our guard play wasn't what it needs to be. We're 2 for 11 around the rim. Shots that you have to make around the rim when you got shots. You got to make them. And some nights you're going to have a bad night, but it was our defense that wasn't very good. Turnovers are a problem. And again, but I don't want to take anything away from Tad and his team because they did a great job and they deserved to win. And obviously, I didn't like our mindset coming in. I felt like if we think we're just good enough to go out and play, today proved the fact that we're not. And whether we're making threes or not, you should be able to play better basketball than we played today.
One of the bright spots in today's game was Josiah Jordan-James, who was coming off of an offseason injury. He finished with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks off the bench for the Tennessee Volunteers, and was also asked some questions in the post-game press conference.
It's tough. We definitely didn't come into this game with the right mindset. We thought, I feel like personally, since we got big wins in the preseason against 2 pretty good teams, that we were thinking that we could just go out there and get it done like Coach said. But, this is a good lesson for us. It's a long basketball season. Of course, I'm disappointed and upset that we lost, but I'm also excited just to see how this team will respond because, there's a lot of great things that has come before this team, but it's not just going to be handed to us. And I'm excited to see how we respond throughout the rest of the season. I think this loss will be really good for us.
Just as Coach Barnes said, the Tennessee Volunteers were completely outplayed by Colorado today, and it was definitely a tough loss, but it might actually be good for them to get a wake-up call early in the season. For the Rocky Top Rundown, I'm Bryson Wright.
There's always plenty of sports and big matchups going on here at Rocky Top. If you can't keep up with all, don't worry, you can join us again on Wednesday for all the updates you need.
Until then, get out and support the Vols this week. For myself, Reed, and all of our crew here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday.